Hey Rob, just a quick video for you guys to take you through a short demo. I'm going to go through kind of a broad overview first and talk about the overall functionality, and then I'll drill down a little bit more and show you some of the details of that. So let's just kind of give you a rundown. Basically, we're in the dashboard right now, and there's a number of different options as you can see in here. The first one is Find Markets, and this is where we tie into Google Big Data to try to understand what people are looking for and where they might be, so that you can drill down into those areas and basically understand the market segmentation around your product, and so be able to target it a little bit better and then market to them. Eventually, that's the whole purpose of this, is to essentially find the markets and then basically find leads within those markets. And that's what the next button is actually for. So once you've found the markets, then you can find the leads within those markets. And so that's what this engine does. It basically allows you to go through and quickly find immediate leads within your market. And that could be broad on a global scale, and it could be very specific. It could be down to a zip code or those sort of things. So within the lead search engine, then basically it comes back, feeds back the information very quickly to you within seconds, usually. And then you can do a deep search, and that usually takes about 30 minutes or so on those leads. And so basically you find the leads, it's kind of a two-step process. You find the leads and then you do a deep search on them. And doing a deep search allows our system to go out and find additional information, including email addresses, phone numbers, even cell phone numbers, and sometimes addresses and pictures, social media links, and those sort of things. So it's quite comprehensive, and yeah, it's a great little tool. And usually within 30 minutes, it's a little bit like baking cookies, and there's a little notification at the top that shows up here and tells you when your leads list is done. And so anyway, that's the lead search engine. Leads management. Once you've got all your leads, you've done a deep search or what have you, and you want to move them over, you move them to the leads management area, and they'll show up here. This is where you can add and edit and delete leads as you'd like. You can flag them as phone leads or email leads or however you want to do it. You can also import additional leads here, and that'll also show up in your leads management area. It's another way to do it, which is probably the way that you would end up doing it, from what you shared with me today. And then you'd create your message. We created this system essentially to be more personalized. So we didn't want it to be like a newsletter per se, because we just found that they weren't as effective typically, depending on what you're using it for. But newsletters just kind of, no one was actually reading them, we were finding. So we created this to be a message that looked like you were sending out individual emails to uh, to individual people about their specific interests and what have you. Having said that, our system will handle HTML and allow you to do that if you want to. It'd be a custom thing. There's tons of templates out there, responsive templates, newsletter templates, and whatnot that you can plug in, and off you go. But we created it very simply to just get a message out there and make it seem like we, personally wrote each one to each individual user, and that became a very effective tool for us. So the next is sending a text message. So once you've created your message, you send it out to yourself as a test to see how it looks, and basically check the links and make sure everything's good, and then you market it. And so at this point, you click it and you market it out to everybody in your list in this particular campaign. Remember, this is a campaign that I just called 123, and you can create unlimited campaigns up here. This is just relating to this campaign. So everything you're seeing in this dashboard is specific to this campaign. So that's important to note. Once you've sent it out, you can measure the results. This is where you can look at, how many people clicked it, how many people, actually opened it, what was the interest on those things, and how did it actually turn into a sale? And that's where you can flag it as being, if you flag it here, there's a whole option for flagging people as being interested, and it shows up here as a measurement, and then they immediately go into monetize. And the cool thing about that is that once you flag it as monetized, you can put a number on that and say 1,500 or $5,000 or whatever it may be, that it turned into a sale, and that shows up in the measurement area. So it really quantifies how each campaign has actually worked for you in the end. Because, regardless how many people click and how many people open and those sort of things, I want to understand how it translates to a sale. So for me, the monetize was pretty key to that. And yeah, moving on, generating a web form, very simple. You click this button and copy a link in it and put it in your website. And basically, anybody who opens that website sees a form, and anybody who fills in that form automatically fills in information that goes right into the leads management area of this particular campaign. So that's a pretty cool function, very simple way to get new users on board for a particular campaign. You could have microsites, number of different microsites, each with a form, and all of them being marketed in different ways to draw in some leads. So, and then you can mark it out to them, of course, with a new message or what have you. This is where you'd import additional leads through an Excel document. This is an export function. So essentially, if you ever want to export your leads and use them in any other way, you can do that through Excel or a CSV file. And this is the scrub function. So this is where you'd add your unsubscribers and make sure that if anybody wanted to be manually removed from a list, that you could do that. So that is the first overview, basically a larger kind of picture of the system as a whole. I'll leave it at that for now, and then I'll come back. I'll do another video that gets into some of the details of the system from here. Okay, hope that helps.